Hello, everyone. I am Ina of Multidimensional Healing Arts, and this is my third video in the breathwork series. And this video completes the breathwork series, at least for now. In the previous two videos, Breathwork Part 1 and Breathwork Part 2, I went over some of the common reasons for breath restriction in the average modern human. There's many reasons, and some of the short and long-term benefits of practicing breathwork meditation and breathwork practices. We also, in the practice section, started observing the breath, quieting the mind, and basically beginning to practice to deepen our breath a little bit in the torso, and most importantly, keeping the light of our awareness, as I like to call it, on the breath and away from the mind. And then in video 2, I also went over the relationship of the breath to life force, how we feel about, perhaps unconsciously, about life force energy itself can often be reflected in our breathing patterning. Breathing in specifically is most connected with receiving, can be receiving of goodness, receiving of blessings, receiving, can you think about receiving air and breath? It's the very basics of life that help us thrive. And how exhaling is more connected with surrendering and release of control, release of pain, frustration, anything that is time to release. And we also started in the practice section practicing 3 basic types of exhale, which are the quiet, kind of gentle, slow exhale, the quicker exhale with a sigh that is very effective at releasing, as well as toning as an exhale, so making one sound prolonged as you exhale. So those are kind of 3 common types of exhales, and I invite those that are practicing breathwork meditation with me to listen to their own body in any given moment and any given breath, to exhale in the way that you are called to. That is what I found to be most effective. So we're listening to our body's wisdom, and then allowing for that exhale or that release to happen exactly as is needed. Sometimes it's gentle and sometimes it's intense and vocalized, and I invite you to allow for that. We also continue the practice of quieting the mind and deepening the breath more than where we started, using counting. So counting on the inhale allows us to observe the lengthening of the breath and allows us to maintain it by keeping a consistent form of counting that is just unique to each of you. So this is recap, and if this is the first video you're watching with me, I encourage you to start from those 2 first videos, because this video definitely builds on that information and those practices that I just reviewed. Okay, for today we're diving into even deeper healing alchemy that is very much accessible using these breathwork practices. Today's theme is breathing into restriction. And by restriction, it really can mean a lot of different things. It doesn't have to be experienced as restriction. It's basically any area in your body that needs some energetic movement, some connection, some healing alchemy, basically. And I'll go over some more of how to identify that in a moment. So we are going to begin our practice section today in the same way, with several minutes of our baseline breathwork meditation, which involves quieting the mind, releasing the thoughts, shifting the awareness onto the breath and maintaining it there as much as possible, lengthening the breath, utilizing some counting gently on the inhale, exhaling in any way that your body calls for you to, and just maintaining that meditative state where our breath becomes deeper and slower as we go along. And that will shift us into a much deeper, slower state of consciousness, which is also a much more receptive state, and where our body's innate healing ability is much more accessible than in the kind of common, more mental thinking, fast-paced way of being that many of us are in far more than is best for us. So after a few minutes of breathwork meditation, I'm going to offer in the practice to scan your body and identify an area that needs your attention today. By area, I really mean anything. It can be like your shoulder. It can be an organ, such as your liver or your heart. It can be literally like an area, like your pelvis or anywhere else. Or you might experience it as more of like a system, like maybe you feel it as like your nervous system or your emotional body in a general sense rather than just identified in the heart. So really it's going to be completely individual to you, to each listener. And I invite you to trust your intuition. In that state you're going to be in, it's going to be particularly awakened, that intuitive inner wisdom. And you're just going to go with what your body shows you first that needs attention. Signals that might guide you in that direction are physical pain, physical tension, emotional pain. Like it's not uncommon to experience emotional pain in the heart. And sometimes that shows up emotionally for people where it's literally you feel the emotional ache sitting there that needs movement and alchemy. Or for others, it manifests very physically, where it would literally, you might not even be aware your heart is holding emotional pain, but you might be in touch with more of a tightness there, or almost like a numbness for some people, where like you can't really feel it. It feels numb, the area. So whether it's numbness, tension, pain, or just another form of knowing that guides you there, you're going to go with whatever you feel called for initially, is my suggestion. Then we're going to continue the practice with everyone having identified what they're going to be breathing into in order to bring healing alchemy today, or in this particular practice. We're going to start inviting the breath into that area. Now, when I say inviting the breath, it's likely, depending where in your body you're going to be working with, it may not be literal breath, of course, but I'm going to use that terminology of breath, because the truth is that we have been practicing pairing our awareness with the breath. So as you imagine your breath flowing somewhere, for example, your low back, your awareness comes along with it, and guess what? Healing energy comes along with that. So wherever it is that you're going to decide that you are bringing or wanting to bring healing alchemy today, it has to begin with awareness and using the practice of guiding the breath, which truly just will fill your lungs to their full capacity with this practice. It is really your loving awareness, presence, and energy that will flow wherever it is that it is needed, that it is most needed in your body today. After we do that for a few minutes in our practice section, we're going to just finish with an integration. So back to kind of baseline breathwork practice to allow your body, mind, and heart to integrate the changes and simply return to a state of calmness and presence. And then we will return to the space. I do want to share with you that this practice can be very powerful. It is really not unusual to have emotional release during this kind of a practice. So please allow it if it happens. If tears come, allow them to come, and don't force the regulation of your breath over the tears. Allow the tears to just move through, and when you feel they have moved through and the wave of emotion has moved, then you return to the conscious, regulated breath. Similarly, there may be insights, more of like a heart and mind coming together as a result of moving energy in an area where it has been stuck. And there can very well be physical changes. You can experience heat, you can experience a sense of energetic release, palpable changes in your body, like tension releasing, some area of your body like subtly kind of like realigning, tingling, and really there's so many individual ways that this can affect you, but it is a powerful practice of moving energy in your own system, which is why I'm sharing it. It's life-changing, in fact, when you use it regularly. So be aware of that, and if you are feeling like the practice is tapping into something a bit too big for you to handle on your own, then please reach out for support in any way that is right for you, and to the practitioners, healers, or support people that you have in your life. If you feel called to work with me, you can also find my information in the description box below for the healing services I offer one-on-one. Okay, I believe I shared everything to get us fully set up for today's practice. So let's go ahead and transition to the practice section. So if you're not already, then please lay down comfortably, whatever that is for you. For some, laying flat on a yoga mat is very comfortable, or on a bed or mattress. For others, you need support under your knees and maybe under your head in order for your body to feel fully at ease and relaxed. So please take care of yourself, listen to your body's cues, transition to a very comfortable laying down position. If you like, you can even put a pillow over your eyes. And I'm going to play a little meditative tune for us today. Okay. So we're going to get started now, my friends. With your eyes closed, please begin to shift your awareness inward. You might begin by noticing the way the back side of your body is in contact with the surface that you're laying on. And just invite all the muscles along the back side of your body to relax and let go a little bit more, softening into the supportive surface and space that you are in. Allowing your body to become a a little bit heavier and softer. And now please move your awareness to the center of your body and onto the breath. Simply beginning by observing your breath the way that it's flowing right now. Like we have been practicing. Following the breath on the inhale in your torso. And then allowing it to release completely, however your body wants to release the breath on the exhale. As you do this, especially in the first few minutes, you may be encountering mental activity over and over again. If you do, simply notice that. No need to add any judgment. Simply noticing that that is mental activity, and right now you're practicing breathwork meditation, a simple presence with the breath in the body, and redirecting the awareness over and over again onto the breath. Noticing now how far your breath reaches in your body on the inhale. And noticing now as well how many of your own natural counts does your in-breath occupy. Continuing to observe the breath, being present with it in your body. Now we're going to offer just a little bit of gentle effort to extend the breath in, inviting it a little deeper in your torso, a little bit lower, in the direction of your low abdomen, wherever it can reach today, with just the slightest effort, extending as well the counts of your in-breath by 1 or 2, as feels right for you. Continuing to center your awareness on the breath, quieting the mind. Breathing a little deeper and longer than when you first began today, and maintaining that deeper, longer breath in, while allowing the exhales to be any of the 3 we have already practiced, as your body calls to you in any given moment. A slow, gentle exhale, or a quicker exhale with a sigh sound, or perhaps on occasion a slow tone, holding one note with your voice as you exhale. Noticing in this moment what it feels like for you to be with yourself in this way. Simply being with yourself. Sharing your breath and your awareness more fully with your own being. Bringing the awareness back to the breath after any distraction. The longer, deeper breath, steady, gentle, now. I invite you to scan your body for an area that needs some extra healing attention at this time. It may be an area of restriction, pain, stagnation, or numbness. Go with whatever your intuition is showing you. Now that you have identified a place in your body that needs some healing alchemy today, on your next breath in, imagine that you are sending your breath along with your awareness and some healing energy right into that area, that organ, or that region. As you exhale, continuing to allow your body to exhale however is best for you with every breath. Continuing to send the breath in along with awareness and healing energy right into that area. And then releasing with the exhale, allowing for that area to release anything that it wishes to. As you breathe in, slow, deep, steady breath, healing energy follows that breath, and together with your awareness, you're bringing space and light into that area. And on the exhales, you're allowing for movement, allowing for alchemy, and for letting go. As you're breathing in and bringing your loving awareness into your chosen area, you are also witnessing it, and you may be gaining greater insight into what that area is holding for you, why it has called for your attention today. Simply notice what it's showing you. You can trust this breathwork practice to bring the needed healing alchemy. So no matter what is coming up, simply noticing and witnessing it while maintaining a calm, steady breath. If emotions arise, allow them. That is the alchemy happening. If insights arise, briefly notice them and return to the breath and the meditative state of awareness. Continuing to breathe into this area that has called for you today, bringing along your loving awareness and healing energy. Now, as you breathe into that area on the next couple of breaths, notice whether that area has a message for you, whether it has a request or a need for you to integrate into your conscious daily life so that your overall state of well-being can be higher and more enjoyable. Noticing any message. Now, on your next breath in, I invite you to send gratitude to this area you've been working with and any wisdom and messages it has given you. And then also to your whole body in general. Breathing in gratitude. And now we will return the breath and the awareness to the midline, utilizing the deepest breath and the longest breath that is available to us right now, comfortably. And simply following the breath down your own midline as deep as it would flow, and then releasing freely with the exhales. As we breathe down the center like that, we support harmonization and integration across physical, emotional, and mental landscapes of our being. Taking just a few more of those deep, steady, long breaths down your midline and full releasing exhales. Taking this moment to notice how you are feeling right now compared to when you began the practice today. Now, as you're still noticing the breath down your midline, gently bring your awareness as well to the back side of your body once again, and the way that the contact with the surface you're laying on feels to you. And then bringing your awareness all the way down to your feet, moving your feet a little bit if that feels good, and then to your legs, your pelvis, your abdomen, your chest, back, and shoulders, your arms, hands, and fingers, and then bringing your awareness to your neck and your head and face. And taking just a couple more slow, deep breaths, simply feeling yourself whole and connected and present. And now returning to awareness of the room that you are in, and slowly and as you are ready, rising up and returning to the screen. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed today's meditation and that you felt a true healing benefit from it. I would love to hear from you in the comments below if you did or if you have any questions. Next time you do this meditation, you can choose the same area or a different area in your body as is needed each day. It's a very powerful practice, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, and I'll see you soon with a new series of healing videos.